Just to follow up on Jess's question about the critical minerals offers that Australia has been engaging in, was there any progress on an arrangement with Australia regarding critical minerals, and did you make any arrangements or proposals for potential deals for tariffs?
On tariffs, our position remains unchanged, which is we have a free trade agreement. That free trade agreement enables free trade. And we continue to honour that free trade agreement, and American goods and services continue to enter Australia tariff-free in accordance with that free trade agreement, and the government's position remains we want to see that free trade agreement honoured.
Minister, do you think our relationship with the United States is changing? We can't secure a meeting between our leaders. There has been no tariff deal. Are you concerned?
I think that the Trump administration and President Trump has made very clear to the world that he envisages a different role for America in the world. We understand that, and we respect that. We continue to advocate for our interests. What I would say is our strategic partnership is deep, it is trusting, it is to the benefit of both nations, and I think that is understood here in Washington. John?
Minister, from Australia's point of view, is the United States as reliable a partner under Donald Trump as it has been in the past?
Well, look, I'd refer to my previous answer. We understand that President Trump has a different view of how America is to be in the world. We respect that. We also recognise how important our partnership is, and we believe that's understood here in Washington. We're a long-time partner. This is not a recent relationship. It's a relationship where the alliance has been in the hands of governments of both political persuasions, and it will always be so.
Minister, this week we saw Canada walk back plans to impose a digital service tax. Have you had any conversations in Canberra or here in Washington with Secretary Rubio about our news bargaining incentive? We know that it's not liked by the US technology giants, and they have a lot of pressure on the Trump administration about it. Is that something Australia might consider watering down or repealing as a gesture?
Australia this government will always act in our national interests, and you would know this is not a revenue-raising measure. This is a measure to try and ensure reasonable access to news content, and I think all of you would be aware of the basis of that.
Can I just ask about MH17? The international, you tweeted about the International Civil Aviation Organisations ordering Russia regarding MH17. What's different from the initial one that they made in May, and how realistic is it that Russia will play ball?
The initial one they made in May. ICAO. The ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organisation. There's a lot of acronyms in this portfolio, which I often also have trouble with. But the original finding, obviously, we've been pursuing justice and accountability for all of those who were lost, including the Australians those who called Australia home, but as importantly for their families and loved ones. And we have taken many avenues to try and seek that justice and accountability, and this is an important one, and we were pleased that the International Civil Aviation Organisation did find that it had jurisdiction and now has ordered that Russia engage in negotiation with us and with the Netherlands, as well as possibly some others. Russia should do that. Russia is part of this organisation. There is jurisdiction, and Russia should be part of those discussions.
One question on trade, if I can. During the day, President Trump indicated that he was probably not going to be able to do a trade deal with Japan, and possibly would be able to do a deal with India before this notional deadline of next week. Was there any indication coming out of your meetings today about the status of a potential trade deal between Australia?
Well, obviously we're in a different position than India and Japan, and obviously Australia has, we recognise the administration's approach on this. We continue to maintain our position, which is we have a free trade agreement, and we would like that to continue to be honoured. Thank you.
Minister,
I'm going to finish with you.
Minister, having spent the day consulting with the Quad leaders, from the Quad's point of view, how much of a threat to Australia's security is China?
I've been asked this many times, and I give the same answer, which is China is a great power. It is asserting its influence using all aspects of national power. The challenge for Australia and for other countries is that one can see where those interests differ from Australia's interests.
Is it a threat to
So,
Australia?
well, I'll use my words, and I've been asked that many times. Certainly, China has interests which it presses, which are not the same as our interests, and we have to navigate that, and we do that. And we have not stepped back as a government from those things where we disagree, but we will continue to engage. And you have heard me say many times we, cooperate where we can, disagree where we must, and continue to engage in our national interests, and that will continue to be the government's approach. Thank you very much.
Okay, Foreign Affairs Minister Penny Wong there, speaking live in Washington after the Quad meeting with her counterparts. The Quad being, of course, Australia, US, India and Japan.